Visuals on the team, we want to continue to grow, so we are stronger together when we fly together.
Flock up or flock off, not you, you stick around, cause it's about to go down. Oh yeah, we back in here like we never left with them Broad Street Bulldogs and all this other stuff that's going on in the Eagleverse. Most notably, the schedule release, and this will be my schedule release reaction video, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to be here yesterday, but you know, I was in my feelings, going through a few things in the nest and all that, and it's just I don't know. I just felt like, you know, I guess maybe classic Eagle fans, you know what I'm saying? Eagle fan classic. I don't know, maybe I was just looking for things to be mad about. Few things rubbed me the wrong way. I realized that, you know, some of them were just personally based as opposed to, you know, the grand scheme of things, what we're really here for, Philadelphia flocking Eagles. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We're just going to get into it, break it down, throw it in our flock pots, throw it on the table, break it down, consume it how you deem fit. You know how we do around this time, about this time, at this time. Let's keep the maniac thing the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe. If you about that fly Eagles fly, drop a comment in the box if you flying with the flock. Let's fly. Do remember, join that maniac thing, Noti gang. You hit that bell, you get a bing whenever I'm on this YouTube thing. Let's fly. It's takeoff time. Oh, yeah. You can't forget the real thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. Hope this video finds you in good vibes, good times. If you're not there, I hope this helps you get there because we about to go there. Oh, yeah. And all that, man. And thank y'all for flocking up, man. Since the subs is going up, man. People out here representing and all that. Got my mama flockers, my papa flockers, the flockers and flockets, the flackitos y flaquitas, and all that, man. Let's get to everything, to what's really going down. This schedule, I mean, there's so many things that I want to get into. The schedule, you know what? Yeah, let's just get it off my nest, man. Let's get it off my nest. So, like I said, I hated it for completely personal reasons. Partially, well, so the home opener. You know, I wanted to try and make that a tradition, get out to Philly for the home opener, and you know, I mean, this could be partially. You could probably feel the same way too. You know what I mean? 2 years in a row, the home opener is against the Vikings. 2 years in a row, the home opener is a night game, weekday. You know, like it's just, you know, it's because I'm an out of towner. You know what I'm saying? Like, not so much, I mean, Philly's where my heart is. I love New York, but you know what it is. Anyway, this Eagle thing. You know what I mean? Like weekdays, I got so many kids moved into the neighborhood. The Eagle Maniac is gonna have to find a sound booth. So I tried to hold out for a long time, man. Microphones and earphones and all kinds of stuff, headphones and headsets and all that. Got some kids in the neighborhood going crazy. And it's a good thing. We love the kids, right? The Eagle Maniac loves the kids. I hope you love the kids too, right? Oh, not to mention, just real quick, I'm gonna hop out and hop back in real quick. Mama Maniac just got a kitten, named him Philly. Oh, I can't wait to get him over here. Get him straight to the flock. Let's go, yo. This is probably the dopest thing that happened yesterday. Mama Maniac sent me a pic of this beautiful little kitten named Philly. Philly all day. You know what I'm calling Philly special. We be making up our own names. Last cat was Mr. Boots. She called him Boots. She called him Mr. Some people call him Boots. I called him his whole name, Mr. Boots. You know what I mean? People just be having names on top of names on top of names. Just like, you know, I'm Disney the Flock Captain. Feel me? Nugget Maniac, Eagle Maniac, and all that. All right, enough of that. Back into this, right? So, second year in a row, you know, I got kids. Yo, bro, I want to bring Mini Maniac with me to the game. Maniac Jr., you know, he's on his college wave and all that, so let him do his thing. He ain't really into the sports thing like we are. You know what I mean? It's crazy good for him and all that, but you know, but he still got love for the Eagles. You know what I mean? But Mini Maniac wants to get out there. Couldn't bring him last year at school. Mrs. Maniac does not play that. You know what I mean? Like school first and all that. Hope it's the same way in your crib. You feel? So anyway, to the point. 2 years in a row, night games, conflicting with weekdays, you know, Monday and Thursday. This week it's a Thursday. It's against the Vikings again. Like, what is going? So, you know, that had me a bit peeved, you know, so that had me off my rocker. So I didn't want to hop on here last night and get right into all that. That's what I'm doing anyway. But I had time to sit back, relax, and chill out. And for that express reason alone, I felt like right off the top, I was like, that's going to be an L. It's going to be an L. They, you know what I'm saying? They pissed about last year, and we'll get big to the schedule breakdown a little bit later and the win-losses and all that. So, you know, initially that was my feelings. Not just that, then, so I feel like maybe other fans may feel the same way as me as it pertains to the Vikings game. Second year in a row, second game versus the Vikings. What's going, like, switch it up. Some of these things, I mean, it feels like sometimes with us, they're taking the easy way out. Not to mention, I mean, when was the last time we played the Giants early in this? We'll get into that in a second. So you got that going on. Personally, because I'm an Eagles fan in New York, I'm a bit peed about the 4 o'clock game. I believe that's week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Week 9, duh, right there before the bye, right? Should have known that. Week 9 versus the Cowboys. It's a 4 o'clock game. Dallas versus Eagles. You know, all across the country is going to be Fox game of the day, Fox game of the week, right? I'm in New York. Guess who's playing at 4 o'clock on week 9? The damn Weemen. The Giants are playing the Raiders. I guess they're traveling to Las Vegas. So it's going to be a 4 o'clock game. So that means me, I'm X'd out. I can't watch it. Gotta have to probably go to a bar, probably because I know they got crazy Eagle bars in NYC. I gotta hit those up. Not to mention, that YouTube package is crazy. Why can't we buy individual games, yo? But that's a whole other thing. But see, this is where it becomes, it's personal. Great game, week 9. Love the time of it before bye and all that. It's a beautiful thing. Just as far as my viewing, I was a little peeved about that. I had a solution for that. I would say I'll get into it later, but my Genko Boboa, I don't know if it's kicking in quite right today, so I'm going to get into it right now. Figured it out, boom. So I get this, I go to the NYC bar, right? Figure it's going to be about probably $40 just in transportation alone, right? You figure I'm being modest if I'm saying what? Drinks probably $10 a pop. Gonna have to eat $10 a pop. Say I have 5 drinks. You're gonna have to tip. Let's call that like $100 right there. 100 plus 50 for the transportation. That's 150 right there. Not to mention the food. Let's say that's another. It's about $200 I'm gonna spend that day. So I chilled out. I said, you know what? And there's nothing wrong with going out. I'm just being frugal. If you know me, I'm not gonna tell you what some of my friends call me as a nick. Whatever the case may be. So probably throwing about $200 right there. The YouTube package is $350 if I don't get any of that other YouTube stuff. None of the channels like this, $72 more a month for some YouTube TV, to flock out of here with that. So $350, boom. I'll go half with someone else because you can stream on 2 devices at the same time at 2 different locations. So boom, you split that down the middle, 175. Yeah, I would probably spend more money going out to check that game amongst other games on the schedule where they're scheduled conflicts going on as far as me living in New York and the Giants. But see, I'm complaining because it's crazy. A lot of other years I might just get the Giants games, maybe a few other, maybe 2 other prime time, I see about 4 or 5 games. And this year, so that's why I calmed down. So figured out a solution for that. Not to mention what I believe we have more primetime games. More primetime games than 1 o'clock games this season. I believe we only have 3 1 o'clock games, which is just nutty. And there's going to be a whole bunch of 4 o'clock game of the weeks where there will not be conflicts with the Giants. I believe we have 5 of those. So let's say we get 4 of them. Then I've got the 5 primetime games. That's 9. Plus the 2 against the Giants. That's 11. We're going to be able to see about 11 out of 17 games. That's pretty damn dope. Not to mention their bye weeks when they usually play the Eagles games over here. Not to mention the first game of the week, so let's go 12. We're probably looking at about 13, 14 games. I'm really paying $175 for that package to watch 3 games. It's kind of nuts, right? But we're crazy. We're maniacs in this, right? Eagle maniacs. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, kind of peeved the Super Bowl's on right now, by the way. Forgot to mention that. And we got a dope rematch. The rematch is actually going to be week 11 after a bye. They also have a bye. And Donna Kelsey is not an NFL insider. She's still one of the top moms in the world. Because, we got to give it to Mama Maniac, right? And probably yours, too. But, yeah. So, anyway, back to this, right? So, I was peeved about that, the Dallas game. And then the last thing that peeved me off, we got my feathers all ruffled. You feel me? These late Giants games, week 16 and 18 is like a narrative that I feel like the NFL is really trying to push, because in numerous years, you've had those last games come down. We've knocked the Cowboys out quite a few times. The Bow Boys make them bow down, quite a few times in those last games of the season that got that rivalry really revved up and all that. But, these rivalries are going to be rivalries nonetheless, no matter what. And I understand they want them to be a little bit dramatic at the end. Don't want anybody sitting down. Still want people to tune in, regardless who's being sad because one team may have clinched already and all that. But we know by the time Week 18 comes around, what is it? Week 16 and Week 18, we're playing the Giants. It's just spread these things out. There's no way I'm going to MetLife January 7th. And I know that's selfish. That's just me talking. I mean, there's a possibility if the game is really going on. But not to mention, like I said, by then we'll probably have everything wrapped up. We won't even be playing our starters. Like, come on. We did play them a little bit this last time around, but like for a half, smoked them the first half, and then just, wrote that thing out. Like, I know this is very money orientated. I know it sounds crazy, and I'm giving y'all my money gripes and all that, but I mean, like, these tickets is big money, like, and I want to see a good game. Bro, like, I mean, dude, don't get it twisted. There've been years when I've gone 4 or 5 games, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to figure out what games am I going to, like. That last Giants game at MetLife, like, I just don't see anything popping. The first Giants game in Philly, week 16, that's Chris. No, there's no way. And like, I don't know. I mean, I like doing different things, though. You know what I mean? Switching up, breaking up the monotony. Who knows where we'll be at that point? Anyway, that's just a few things that had me a bit peeved. That's P for Philly, P for flop. No, really, P for P. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, had my feathers all ruffled last night, and I'm a bit upset watching it break down. Like, what the flock is going on? But unlike other years, there's no real crazy long home stretch in the schedule. There's no big road trip. You know what I mean? So that's cool. And I was thinking about what I was saying as far as only 4 games are going to be outside of the East Coast time zone for us. Only 2 teams in the West Coast, 1 early, 1 late. So, that's pretty cool. And then the other 2 out of our time zone will be Dallas and KC. So it's really not that crazy. But I thought maybe that was, par for the course until I started hearing them talk about San Francisco's schedule. And I believe they have about 6 trips over here to the East Coast. So I'm like, so it can be crazy. So that bodes well for us as far as the season goes. So that's one of the pluses of this schedule. Amongst many, let's not get it twisted. Pretty dope. Another thing that I like about this schedule is the bye week being like right in the middle of the season, week 10. That's pretty cool. Like a nice stretch of games before, a nice stretch of games after. Cool out, nothing crazy. We don't have it too early, so then we have a long run of games, or don't have it too late, so we have a long run of games prior to the bye week. So a few things that I like. So there are positives. I'm not just sitting here blowing steam and, getting all frazzled and whatnot, There are definitely benefits, good things about this schedule that I do see. And I guess right now, let's just get straight into it. I was going to write it down, prior to me hopping on, but let's do this in live time, yo. Let's do this with the flock. Let's rock with the flock. The Chiefs just scored, made it. What is this? 20. Oh, man, they just took oh, no, that was the fumble. I don't even know why I have this on. I'm wilding right now, y'all. Wilding in the asylum like a true maniac, right? So anyway, week 1, we got the Pats, right? That'll be at the Pats, week 1. I like doing different things. I might pull up to that game because that's a true season opener. I've done that before. Maybe I'll alternate because that's what I did the year prior. The year before I went to Atlanta, saw game 1. Then the next year saw the Vikings for the home opener. And maybe this year, maybe I'll alternate it. Make that a tradition. Alternate it from year by year. Yeah, I might pull up to Boston. Check out a Pats-Eagles game up in Boston. Somebody, I forget. There's a few people in my crew that's Pats fans. Pull up there, you know what I'm saying? Flock out, rock out. Yeah. So I see that as a W for right now, right there. We're starting off 1-0. Like I said, initially I saw that Vikings game being an L because I was all in my Philly feelings, But then you think about it, it's a primetime game. Kirk Cousins, Thursday night. They're on the road. We're at home. Yeah, get that out of here. That is definitely a W. At Tampa Bay, Monday Night Football, I see that being a W also. I don't see them having anything. First off, versus the Pats, that's a W. I know Hoodie Bell's great with his defense mechanisms. They're going to be preparing for us all offseason. The way I see it, like, he's going to want to make a statement. I just don't think they have enough. They do have a new offensive coordinator. They actually have an offensive coordinator. So, for whatever reason, then they're going to be celebrating Tom Brady. I want to put that down as an L just to get it out of the way for L's sake, Don't know if I want to go through that whole thing again of, we're pulling up on week 10, 10-0 and all kinds of craziness, and that talk is talking. I don't believe it really has an effect on the team. You know, you hear some guys say with a leader like Jalen Alexander the Great hurts. I don't really feel like it would have an effect, but I've heard from other pros, other players that they see that as a deterrent, something that's just in the back of your head, and it could shake you up. Sometimes you need that L, swift kick. I don't like that sentiment. Needing an L to be better just doesn't make sense to me, but you know, sometimes you need the L to know what you're doing wrong because you're not really taking into account the things you're doing wrong as much when you're winning. But nope, just see that as a W. Nope, can't switch that. No. Tampa Bay, once again, I don't see them having much. It's going to be, what's your boy's name? Damn, I'm thinking Brock Purdy. Not Brock Purdy. The dude from Cleveland. He's their starter. May not be their starter then. Who knows who their starter going to be? They're fairly decimated. Like, they lost a lot of guys. I mean, they lost the GOAT. So, yeah, see us winning that. Then week 4, I want to get to Philly for that game. That might be the game I pull up. Week 4, I believe that is a 1 o'clock game. Let me check run that back real quick. Just had the schedule pulled up and they pulled it away from me. Cool. Gotta love that. We're doing this all in live time, y'all. I should have hopped on a live for this. Y'all gonna check me out. I'm gonna get out there one of these days, man. Stop flocking around. Get busy with that Philadelphia Eagles 2023 schedule. Boom, 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 boom. Colts. What the hell are they talking about? Man, I had such a better schedule pulled up. All right, so that's the preseason, right? Yeah, so that Commanders game is going to be a 1 o'clock game in Philly. They usually play us tough there, but once again, another team starting a new starting quarterback, and I believe it's just another way for this defense to, you know, kind of, you know, like, I wanted Sean Desai is my guy, by the way. Damn, should have hopped on here yesterday with that. Yeah, we're probably going to be here for a while, y'all, so strapping in. So we got the Washington Commanders. They've got a new quarterback. The defense will still be trying to get their E-legs under them at that time. Because, you know, we got a lot of moving parts on the defensive side of the ball, but the offense, I do believe, will still be holding us down at that time. Ron Rivera is such a good coach. But the fan in me, you know, look at the world through eagle-colored glass. I just can't see that being an L, so we're going to call that a W. At the Rams, we're going west. I believe that, yep, that's a 4 o'clock game, so it's not an early clock. It's not a, well, we'll still be on the same schedule as far as what we're going through. What, it'll be 1 o'clock over, 1 o'clock? No, it'll still be 4 o'clock? 1 o'clock over, it'll be 1 o'clock over there. First, the Rams, they don't really have quite the same defense that they had before. I believe we could run it up on them. They may be able to stick with us, hang with us a little bit offensively because they still got pieces over there, still got Cup. Damn it, man. I'm at a loss for names right now. Told you that Genko Biloba is not kicking in. Matthew Stafford, you know, he'll be back from his injury. Cooper Kupp, them dudes running while flying all over the place over there, quite possibly. You know, but still see that as a W for us. So right now, where we at? 5-0. At the Jets. You already know my feelings on that. We're undefeated against the Jets all time. I believe it's 12-0. You know, we don't play them a lot because they are in the AFC. See them, every probably about 4 years. So, I mean, sheesh, we saw them 2 years ago, as a matter of fact, right? Not last year, the year before, right? Just because of the whole 17-game schedule and having to play one AFC team, they snuck that in there. So we may be seeing a bit more than Aaron Rodgers and those guys, yeah, while they're good, they have a great defense. Oh, man, I don't know. You know what? The rule of do. Damn, I don't know. At the Jets, we usually play Aaron Rodgers very well. They've got a strong defense over there. You know what? For issues and giggles, let's throw an L there. Then Miami's coming to, the reason I see this, it's Aaron Rodgers, the Jets, you know, they'll probably be on a high right then and there. Got a lot of things going. It'll be in New York. I might pull up at that game too. Throw it off and knock that L out. But for now, I see it as an L, right? Next game after that, week 7. So at that point, we'll be 5-1. Then it'll be the Alabama Bowl for, just like the first game of the season going against a former Alabama quarterback. But you know there's a bit more history with Tua and Jalen. And I believe he's going to be locked in that game similarly to how he was locked in. Oh, that throw to Goddard, bro. That one just came up nasty. Yo, your boy Jalen Hurts was dot in that game. I'm going to have to take that L back from that Jets game because he's only getting better. We're going to leave it there for now. Miami, once again, Tua versus Jalen. Similarly to the way they were locked in last season for that Tennessee game. And, all it meant for A.J. Brown. And they were just crazily, superly, just not, I don't even know if these are words, but crazy locked in. Flocked in, if you will. You feel me? And I believe that's going to be a W. Jalen Hurts is going to go crazy. At Washington. Nah, we're sweeping them this year. Yep, I'm with it. Just because I said so. They ain't got no real quarterback over there. I believe our defense might just be hitting its stride right around then. Sean Desai making them feel them. You're making them feel us. Remember when BG used to say that all the time? You got to make them feel. You feel me? Woo! I love it. That's a W. We sweeping Washington this year. Then week 9, Dallas is coming to see us. We going to beat them there. For coming into the bye. We're beating them because we're just beating them. We're going to make them bow boys bow down. You know what? I feel a theme coming. I believe this is going to be one of those years. Oh yeah. We're gonna knock this NFC East out. Show 'em who's the real beast in the East. Nah, it ain't all y'all. It's just us. Oh yeah, it's just us. The flock out of here. They ain't ready for us. So then that bye week coming up. And we've got KC. Once again, like I said, you've got a Super Bowl rematch. Not only will we be having a bye, I'm not sure if you guys are privy to this, but they will also be coming off of a bye. So Andy Reid, as far as buys, I was supposed to look this up before I popped this video up. But I flocked up. So whatever the case may be, I just know we know from his time here with us, I believe he has some crazy record as far as bye week goes, and he's only continued that while in Kansas City. So yeah, he's just a beast. As far as Nick Sirianni goes, I believe he may be 2-0 coming off of that bye so far in his young head coaching career. So that guy's just got it. We're going to KC. They'll have 2 weeks sitting there to prepare for us once again. As much as I don't want it to be an L, and I believe Jalen Hurts will be super locked in, it's just something about that dude Andy Reid coming off of the bye. I'm going to mark that down as an L. Not to mention, don't know if you know this, something I heard, I believe Ruben Frank dropped this gem, said that this run, Andy Reid, throughout his career with it, he's undefeated, I believe, 7-0 in this Eagles-Chiefs game throughout his career. I believe, 3? He won 3 with us, being KC 3 times, and he's won 4 in a row against us, being with KC. 7-0 in this matchup, which is just something else that's just wild. So at this point in the season, I have us, said week 11, 10 through 10 games. I believe I have us at 8-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-2. Pulling up on the Buffalo game. Buffalo's pulling up on us. This is more of a want than a need. I mean, of course, we need all these W's. I just think that all these comparisons that we've thrown between, at least I have, and I've also seen a guy from On the Road to Victory. His name slips my mind right now, Jimmy Smith. A lot of the comparisons that he used to throw up between Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen, and a few things that I looked up and I saw that he was compared to him, and when they were both coming up to, as far as arm talent and arm comparisons and things of that sort. So I just need Jalen Hurts to win this game. I need him to outduel. He's done it already. I mean, he outdueled the duels. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl. So I think he gets up for these games. Even though I just got him catching another L to Patrick Mahomes, but it's more so Andy Reid. I believe he will ball out, but I think Andy Reid's just gonna have something for us that game. But we're gonna come back, bounce back, and have that W against Buffalo coming over to our side. So at that point, we'll be 9-2. Then we got San Francisco coming in also. They're making that West Coast road trip. A lot of people seeing this is the block of death for us. This what is this? This 6 week span of Dallas, KC, Buffalo, San Fran, Dallas, Seattle. It's a little rough. I don't see it as that crazy because I've got us beating San Francisco. Then we're going to Dallas on a Monday night game, and that's a Sunday night game, I believe. We're going to smack them up. So at that point, what I got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11-2. Then we're going west against Seattle, and we just always have a hard time with them. I'm going to drop that down as an L. They got a few things going on. It's a long trip for us. So at that point, what is that? 11-3? 11-3 with 3 games to go. New York Giants, we're smacking them. Arizona's coming here, we're smacking them. Giants, although we'll be resting, we're smacking them too. Yep, I'm crazy. I don't give a damn. What is that? Same record as last, 14-3. I got us going 14-3. Let's do it, y'all. Write it down. Eagle Maniac, 14-3. You saw it. Screenshot it if you want to talk trash at the end of the season. Like I always told y'all, I'm here for I want all the smoke. I want it all. I want all the jokes. But I'm mostly here for my folks that's rocking this green, flocking with this green. You feel me? Let's get it. And just a few things I want to hop into before I hop up out of here, man. Yeah, I told you it was going to be long, man. But, you know, I didn't hop in. I didn't. Who knew that yesterday they were going to have our boys' first visit of the coordinators. And one thing that caught my eye that it was kind of crazy. I was like, oh snap. Sean Desai looks a little bit like Dak. Wow. Maybe that's why they're hiding him. They didn't want us to see it. But you know, I was just standing back from watching on the phone, of course, while I'm at work. I was standing a few feet back. Maybe it was just, you know, the small screen and all that. The reason why he looked like Dak. But maybe he could be our anti-Dak because, I mean, as much as we hate to say it, they pretty much owned us. And I got us sweeping the East this year in my projection of wins and my win-loss projections. Let's go! So, yeah, and I believe Sean Desai will be our anti-Dak. Let's go. I mean, and just first off, you know, like I said from jump, man, Sean, just from that press conference, probably felt the same way the first time I heard Jonathan Gannon speak, right? But I don't believe I heard Jonathan Gannon saying anything to the things that he was saying. He was, what was it? He said, Sean Desai, he's got, the defense has got to reflect the city, make them feel us, be palpable. Do you know what that means? This is what he asked in his presser. This is what he asked the people at the presser. Do you know what this dude's giving vocabulary tests at press conferences? I like him already. Seemed a little bit nervous, which a lot of guys normally do when they first encounter that Philly media. You know, I believe it when Frank hollered back at him like, yeah, we're competitive too and all that. Dude's going crazy in there. But for the most part, I feel like he held his own. No crazy moments like Jonathan Gannon had in Arizona. Like, wow, you know what happens. You know, I don't think we could, based on his career, what they're going to do based on what they say in their first presser. But if we could, I'm feeling Sean Desai. He was smart, energetic, and so many positives about him. Like, I'm just loving the fact that it sounds like he knows his history about Philly. He went to school at Temple, cut his teeth there, if you will. And he just sees it as like bringing back what we're used to that, and albeit, you know, I've always said this, being crazy, you know, the Jim Johnsons, our Buddy Ryans, amongst others, other great coordinators that we've had in our past. The ones that won the Super Bowl were that got us to the Super Bowl. Well, no, we got to the Super Bowl with Jim Johnson because I'm acting like we won that Super Bowl, but we didn't. So, you know, we 50-50 as far as it goes with the guys that play that bend, don't break stuff, you know what I mean? We got there with Jim Schwartz and got over the top, brought that thing home, brought that Lombardi home where it's supposed to be, you know, because I don't know if you know, Lombardi started here in Philly, yeah. Oh, yeah, we were the only team to ever beat him in the championship. Oh, yeah, there's that too. So the Lombardi belongs here. Oh, yeah, I'm saying that. You know, look at the world through eagle-colored glasses. Open your eagle eyes. You see what's going on. So we got that going on. And the only negative that I saw coming from Sean Desai was the fact that he looked like Dak. That was crazy. Like, looking at him, I may be wrong, you know what I mean? Once we get to see it a little bit closer up, not to mention, dude had the fresh lineup. You see the lineup? You know, dude's on point when he got the fresh lineup. It's missing a little bit up top, but who am I to talk, right? Hey, ready, flock up. So then we got, then you have Brian Johnson stepping in. One thing I love that he said, while there's no ceiling, much like Jalen Hurts always said, Jalen Alexander, the great Hurts, always says, you know, there's no ceiling. You see no ceiling, there is no ceiling. There's no arrival. You just keep going. It's only the journey. But while there's no ceiling, we want to have an extremely high floor. Love that. Brian Johnson just, I feel it'll be a continuation of Shane Steichen. If not, maybe touching on a few things that Shane Steichen didn't have. He has a bit more of a rapport with Jalen, possibly. We don't know. We're not going to know until the season begins. Much like, you know, what do I call this part of the season? This is the bowl season where we're just bragging and boasting and toasting to our team. Like, you know, we have no proof of what these things will be. But usually the normal progression in a locker room is going from quarterback coach to offensive coordinator. Not to mention there were a lot of teams out there that wanted to snatch Brian Johnson from under us before we promoted him. So, you know, just a great thing. And once again, I was mad about losing Denard Wilson. Sean Desai seems to be that guy. Seen a few things. I forget where I stuck my beak this time, but I was looking at somebody's video and they were showing how, they have certain schemes. They showed a scheme where I believe he had Khalil Mack and somebody else on the same side. Like, could you imagine a package where you've got Hassan Reddick and Nolan Smith on the same side just coming to attack? Well, who do you stop? How do you stop? What can you stop? Can you stop? I don't believe you can stop that. So, it could just be kind of crazy. So I'm with Sean Desai, loving Brian Johnson's energy during his press conference, and also Michael Clay. Michael Clay, I believe, says something along the lines of, this is a results-driven league. While I love Michael Clay, I love what he puts out there, don't love so much what product is being put out on the field. Sounds like he says all the right things at the press conferences, much like a lot of guys. He's tried and true in that. I don't know, but it's just like, if this is a results-driven league, like, our special teams have not been up to snuff, much to what we've been used to over the past decade since he's gotten here. Haven't seen him too many great returns. We got this punt over here making it look crazy for him as far as Aaron Sippers goes. But they gave him a new toy in Tyler Zettner, Legatron. And look at my boy Jake Elliott, Jake the Mate, just knocking him down. I should turn off right now because I believe it gets stupid after that. Anyway, whatever the case may be, got a new toy in Legatron. Maybe that'll get Aaron Sippers up out of here. We don't know anything yet until we see what goes on in training camp. We also got the OTAs pulling up on us also very soon. We'll get into that in the coming days. But Michael Clay's got a new toy. Hopefully, it bodes well for him. He's talking about the good things, the bad things. He's just privileged, happy to be here another year, and he should consider himself fortunate. So at least that's how I see it. I would love for the narrative on Michael Clay to change, but we can only go by what we've seen, and what 2 seasons in a row, you can basically say our seasons ended with catastrophic special team plays. So we've got to tighten that up, and I believe one way we can tighten it up is by giving Legatron a real shot and getting Aaron Sippers up out of here. Unless, of course, he comes back, he's learned something, shows, improves, and does what he does. Who knows? I don't know, and that's about all I got for the last few days and what's going on in the Eagle versus Leafs as far as I see it, y'all. You know what I mean? Once again, thank you for the support. Not to mention, just real quick, one last thing. Oh man, come on, I gotta get into this real quick, y'all. Freaking no other teams, as far as the schedule goes, no other top teams have as much cap space. No other top teams have as much cap space as we have. If you look at that top 10 of teams with the top cap space, we are in the top 10. We are number 10. None of the other teams that have more cap space than us are better than us. So not only are we good, we still have a chance to get better. And I believe there's no way that any of these other teams can catch up to us, at least as it stands now. Because like I said, once again, we in the bowl season. I'm just boasting it up. And one last thing, I promise y'all one last thing. Nick Wright is at it again with his asinine assessments. He can't help himself. He says some craziness about, they asked him, do you believe the Eagles are a competitor? Said, he doesn't believe so. We've lost so much in the offseason. There was this article that I read. I'll leave down in the comments. It dropped 4 weeks ago, and I'm just mad I didn't see it sooner. And they basically just broke down everything that he's trying to contend and say that we lost so much. And this article basically stated how, if you really look at it, as far as things that we deem, that we see as palpable, as far as we see valuable, we didn't lose much in that arena and much in that area. A lot of people will point towards losing CJ, and which was a big loss. He did contribute quite a lot last season, but we did put a lot of stock in replacing him. And also we used high draft stock in replacing him also. If you see one of my new favorite Eagles, number 30, he's wearing number 30, and Flock, Chase's brother. Damn it, man. You know who I'm talking about. Sydney. Yeah. Sydney. Yeah. Sydney, our new safety. Anyway, we usually don't place that much draft capital into the safety position or the linebacker position for that matter, which we didn't. But pulling a Sidney Brown in the third round, bodes well for us in the direction that we're going. I don't know what Nick Wright is talking about. He said we're on the fringe of being a championship, a Super Bowl competitor. I like this guy. He does it for me, for people like us to talk about him and bring him up. It's just complete clickbait all the time. And look, I'm taking the bait because I'm talking about his bum ass Nick Wrong and his asinine assessments. And with that, I'm gonna get out of here and leave it on a good note. You know what I mean? That wasn't a good note. The good note is that we're loaded and we're only gonna load up more. We've got great cap space. It's like I heard, who was it, Philly 500 saying, you got Howie busting the stupid dope moves, Howie Roseman and his boy Jake Rosenberg. You know what I mean? Doing all it, mastering the cap, like it's no cap. He's killing the cap. We just crushing in that extent, and we got money to spend. We got slots to fill, and the team can only get better from here. Like, are you kidding me? It's just an amazing thing going on. We can even get some extensions popping possibly with that extra money, which I think may be the better road to toe. You know what I mean? But, I'm all for Buddha Baker pulling up over here, snatching one from Gannon. Like, you know what? You don't know what to do with that anyway. Give me that. I would love that. But until the next time, make it your best time. In the meantime, between time, keep it a green time. You know how I like to do around this time, about this time, at this time. We got questions. A lot of them were answered last night as far as the schedules go. But in the bowl season, we're going to have more questions. And that question is what? The question is this. What are you going to do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs wild on you? Play my music, gangsta. Eagles. Eagles. Let's go. Oh, yeah.